What's up, y'all? I'm out here at the range, as you can see back behind me. Been out here all day doing some testing, checking out some really interesting stuff. Getting towards the end of the day now, so I'm gonna knock one more out before I head out, and it should be a really interesting 10 mil test. The good old jelly contraption's been out here hard at work all day. We got the lab chrono and 2 blocks of gel. Now, I have done a few tests. Like I say, this far block's pretty full. This front one, I've only done one test, and it was actually a 380 test, believe it or not, with that big old piece of disruption right there. But this whole entire front half has got plenty of room, so I shouldn't have any problem getting this one here done. Now, as you can see right now, I do have the heavy clothing barrier on it. We got the layer of denim, fleece, and 2 layers of cotton t-shirt material. But since we're only testing out 1 round on this one right here, I'm gonna do what I did on those Wilson Combat 10s. I'm gonna use this heavy clothing barrier for one, and then for the other round, I'm gonna use just a layer of t-shirt. So what we got here, as you can see, is pretty much a celebrity and a legend in the ammo world here. We got some Winchester Supreme Black Talons, and to be more specific, we got some Black Talons in 10 millimeter. Now, y'all know I've tested a lot of T-series in pretty much all different calibers. The T-series are basically the modern day Black Talon. They evolved into the T-series through a couple of different changes. Now, as far as 10 mil, there is no T-series 10 mil, so I've never tested a T-series 10 mil. So really, I kind of wish this was a different caliber Black Talon so I'd have something to compare it against, but I'm definitely looking forward to see how these do anyway. Now, as you can see, nice nickel plated case. You got that Black Talon projectile. This is a 200 grain also, if I didn't mention that. No kind of ballistics on the box as far as velocity or anything like that, so anybody's guess on that one. Now, what I can say, y'all know how I am on this 10 mil. I seriously doubt this stuff's gonna be moving to where I feel like it should be as far as 10 mil, because for a 200 grain round, I'm looking for, you know, right around 1250 out of this stuff, and I highly doubt we're gonna see that. And of course, what we're gonna test them out of is my good old Glock 20 Gen 4 with the roughly 4.5-inch barrel. So this one ought to be really interesting. I'm personally expecting good stuff as far as performance in the gel here, but I doubt it's gonna meet my expectation for 10 mil. But let me get this set up and let's see what this legend's all about. All right, y'all, let's see what kind of speeds we can get from these black beauties. I'm gonna do a 5-round average on it. If you're not familiar with my testing out here, if you're new to the channel, this lab radar is gonna give you multiple readings. Your large number is gonna be the muzzle velocity, and then you'll have 5 at the bottom. You'll have 3 yards, 7, 10, 25, and 50. Let's see what we get here. Let's do a 5-round average on it, y'all. Like I say, I have absolutely no idea what these are gonna be running here. That felt really light. 944. There's absolutely no way that's correct. There's absolutely no way that's correct. 944. That's correct though, because I'm telling you, this stuff felt incredibly light. That was insane. That felt a little stronger, but not much. I mean, you've got to be kidding me right now, y'all. You've absolutely got to be kidding me right now. I mean, this stuff, you can feel it. Yeah, you can feel it. All these numbers are correct. I can promise y'all, all of this is correct. This stuff right here is pathetic. Honestly, I didn't have high expectations because I think this whole Black Talon thing, all of it is nothing but a bunch of urban legend. It's been hyped up because it was never tested properly as far as to today's testing type standards. But I didn't expect this pitiful. I can tell you that. I mean, this is sad right here, y'all. Sad. That's absolutely sad. I mean, this stuff feels horribly weak. This stuff feels terrible, y'all. That was absolutely terrible. All right, y'all, you probably gonna find this hard to believe, but I'm almost speechless. I kind of don't even know where to go from here. Our 5-round average on that was 936 feet per second, y'all. 936 feet per second from 10 mil. That's shameful. It's shameful. Extreme spread was 19, standard deviation was 8.5. Again, I don't even know what to say about this. All of that is 100% legit. I can just tell you from feeling that stuff. I'm surprised it read that high. So let me get this reset, I guess, and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, let's just get this done jelly time. I'm gonna put one round through the heavy clothing and then one through t-shirt only, like I said. I just can't even tell you how incredibly disappointed I am by those velocities even. I mean, that's hard to believe, it really is. Well, let's see what these things do, y'all. All right, I think that was a good one. Let me go down there and see what I got. And that right there, my friends, is what you call a total failure. Absolute total failure right there. No expansion, complete 32-inch pass through. This stuff is total garbage. This stuff is absolute garbage. I would have never thought it was going to be this bad. I kind of had a feeling it might have a little troubles and definitely didn't think it was going to live up to my expectations of 10 mil, but never in my wildest imagination did I think it was going to be this bad. This might be, I mean, this might be some of the worst 10 mil I've ever tested. This stuff is absolutely atrocious. But let's see if knocking it down to just a t-shirt makes any difference. I didn't even put in any towels or anything, so we totally lost that first projectile. I had no idea I was going to need a backstop for this, but stranger things have happened. All right, I think that went exactly where I wanted it. Let me go see if that made any difference. All right, y'all, let's check out this foolishness down here. I still don't even quite know what to even think about this right here. This is totally unexpected. So we'll look at what we got here. The first one up here through the heavy clothing, right there, nothing but a straight line. No kind of expansion at all. Keeps on trucking into this second block, does a little bit of curving and straight lining all the way out the end. So 32 inches, obviously no expansion, no tumbling, no kind of disruption or anything out of that. And then up underneath it, that's the one from just a t-shirt. Obviously, definitely a big difference there. This one though, still very little disruption. Looks like it did start expanding pretty much immediately. Not a whole lot of disruption at all, but it's moving barely over 900 feet per second. That thing was 916 feet per second, I believe, on that round right there. That's absolutely atrocious for 10 mil. There's no even arguing, not even beginning to put up an argument that that's actual 10 mil. That is pathetic. So little tiny bit of disruption there, carries through here. Looks like it just barely touches the end of this 16-inch block, and this one is actually expanded. So a huge difference, and it makes total sense because y'all know those T-series, when I was just testing in bear gel, pretty much every caliber of that T-series looked absolutely incredible. But then as soon as I added the heavy clothing, just about every single one of them failed hard. Now, would you get expansion every time, even through just a t-shirt? I don't know, but I'm gonna be honest with you, at sub 900 feet per second, I didn't even care enough to send another round. So as far as penetration, there's actually no need to measure anything. That first one through the heavy clothing went completely out the end down here. So 32 inches, full pull on that one. And then, like I said, the one from just a t-shirt, it stopped at exactly the end of this first block, nothing at all into the second one. So you got exactly 16 inches on the one through just the t-shirt. Here's an overhead look. The one on the bottom, that was through the heavy clothing, and then right up above it, that's through the t-shirt. So as you can see, both of them pretty pitiful as far as disruption goes. Now, obviously, this one way worse. Just absolutely nothing at all, basically. Now, there's your projectile from just the t-shirt. As you can see, the other one, if you keep on following, it almost disappears because it's just so thin. Keeps on going here. I think you can still see it right there. And there you see it there. Pokes right out the end. And then a little bit of a different angle here just to give you another look at it. Again, that right there, t-shirt, that heavy clothing. I mean, there's definitely a big difference, but even just the t-shirt is absolutely nothing to write home about. All right, let's check out the one projectile that we call here. Now, what I will say is, as always, this expanded projectile looks amazing. This is absolutely what sold me on the T-Series when I was testing through Bear Gel. When you look at that expanded projectile, That right there is just mean. I mean, there ain't no other way to describe that besides just absolutely filthy, nasty meanness right there. You talking about some major damage going on from that thing inside something. Nice expansion right there. As you can see, the lid pulled out really nicely. Everything looks like it held together very nicely. All of your talons poked out like they were supposed to, except for one, it looks like right there. So very, very nice. Now, these talons are a little bit thinner than the ones on the T-Series. That was one of the changes, but that's one of the very few changes, and that's why you see such similar performance right here, where that heavy clothing shut it down just like it did with the T-Series. But let's get some measurements on it here. As far as weight, I don't see anything lost. It started at 200 and it's at 199.6, so may have dropped a crumb or two. It's hard to say. I can't see anything. And then as far as expansion, these talons really help with that for sure. They really make an impressive expansion size. From point to point on those talons, you got 845, 728, and 843. So very, very nice expansion on that thing without a doubt. And there you go, y'all, the legendary Winchester Black Talon in 10mm. In my opinion, it's more legend than anything. Way more legend than performance. The performance out of this is absolutely terrible, period. Even this one right here that expanded, yeah, it got nice expansion and went into jail. Just a small amount of disruption though. Pitiful energy for a 10mm, absolutely pitiful velocity and energy. There is no way I would pay the kind of money that some people are getting for these things right now. I've seen these things listed online for like 80 bucks a box just because of what they are. And it's nothing but hype. I knew it was hype, you know, even before I tested these. And all the other Black Talons, they're nothing but hype. Like I said at the beginning, it's an overhyped round. Might have been something impressive back in the day before technology caught up. But in this day and age, these things are absolute failures. We've seen it time and time again with the T-Series. And here again, we saw the exact same thing. When you add that clothing barrier, they absolutely get shut down. And honestly, myself, even through just a T-shirt, there's no way I would trust this. I do not trust this thing to be consistent, especially running 10mm at 900 feet per second. All right, y'all, I'm wrapping it up right there for what might be the most disappointing 10mm test I've done to date. I can't really say I'm totally surprised by what I saw out here. Like I said, it's basically just a T-Series, and we've seen what the T-Series does when you add this heavy clothing. It's hard to believe, but we saw the same thing in just about every other caliber as well. Fantastic performance in bare gel. You add that heavy clothing, and it gets totally shut down. I think the fact that this stuff right here carries such a legend with it makes this even worse that it performed so bad. I can already tell you right now, the title of this is going to be Never Meet Your Heroes, because more than likely you're going to be disappointed. But enough ranting about it. Let me know down in the comments what y'all think about this stuff. Any of y'all out there have some Black Talon, original Black Talon like this in any caliber? Have you thought about actually paying some crazy prices that you've seen online? Did this right here change your mind about that? Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. If you did enjoy the video, reach down and hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you got them notifications turned on so you don't miss anything when I upload it. Again, if you're doing some shopping, check out those affiliate links in the video description. Anything you buy after you go through those links down there, I get a kickback from them towards the channel, so I really do appreciate that. Once again, I appreciate all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all for supporting the channel like y'all do. I've got a lot of interesting stuff done out here today and plenty more to come, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.